Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and today we're going to be going through all of the makeup empties that I collected up over the year 2021. I have been doing this for at least the past 2 years, maybe longer. I'll have last year's at least linked in the description box below because I think it's fun to look back over not just the course of the year, but previous years to see what my makeup consumption has looked like. I think it is so interesting and so informative to see, what have been historically my strongest categories versus my weakest categories, because I think that it's fun to know what I enjoyed and what I didn't enjoy, but also what I'm using up and what I'm not. Lip products. Is there a reason to buy more? Of course not, because you haven't used any up. Lip products. So it's really interesting for me, I think, and I think that you guys might find it fun too. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the makeup that I've used up over the past year. So this year I did finish off 7 face primers. They were all minis, but I still feel like that's pretty good. I would definitely not repurchase this one from Guerlain. This is the L'Or. I didn't feel like this did anything at all for me, but I did really love the NYX Marshmallow Primer as well as the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Primer. Those were two really nice. They're very different from each other, but I still really enjoyed them a whole lot. So we do have 7 of the face primers. I did finish off 4 foundations. This is the only full-size foundation I finished off. This is from Halika. This is the Aqua Petite BB Cream. This was so long time coming. This I worked on throughout the entirety of 2020 and finally finished it off in 2021. I finished off this mini of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I liked it so much I did buy a full size. I finished off the Tarte Found Sealer. I think I've got another one in this size. I did like this one as well. And then the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream. I did not like this one at all. I finished off 2 full-sized concealers. This one here from Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion Concealer. I absolutely loved this. And then also from Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. 2 full-size concealers done and dusted, which feels great. I finished off 4 powders. I finished off a full size of the Tatcha, the Silk Powder. I also finished off a mini of the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder, and then this itty bitty mini from Stellar. This is in the shade Haze. And then I also finished off this itty bitty mini little baby here from Charlotte Tilbury. This was a pressed powder. I absolutely loved it. I hate that I loved it because it's $45 full size. And if I can get through more of my pressed powders, I might consider picking it up. This one, I'm really glad that I got a chance to try it out because it was fine, but definitely not something that I would shell out the $48 to repurchase. I used up 1 liquid illuminator. This is a mini from Ilia. This is their liquid light in the shade Nova. I absolutely loved this so much. I use it as a mixer in my foundations. That's how I typically use liquid illuminators, and I adored it. It was so beautiful. I also finished up from Algenist. This is their Reveal Color Correcting Drops in Green. Again, that one was such a long time coming. I've been working on that for years and years now, so it feels really great to have that completely done as well. I finished off 7 setting sprays this year, or makeup fixing sprays, or kind of use them all the same and pretty interchangeably. So I finished off a full size of the ABH Dewy Set. I love this. I think it works so well. I think it sits really nicely on my skin, and I would definitely repurchase. I also finished off the Caudalie Grape Water. This is not technically a makeup fixing spray. This is just like aerosol canned water, but I used it as a makeup fixing spray and it was fine. Again, I've had this for freaking ever, so I'm really glad that it's done with. I finished off my Becca Skin Love. This was nice. I don't believe that you can buy it anymore unless you can find it at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that, but it was nice. It was nice. I finished off 2 of the Smashbox Primer Waters. Those are in just the travel size. This is the Tarte Ready Set Radiant. I did not like it at all. I'm so glad that it's gone. It made me look just so oily and sweaty and disgusting, and that's coming from someone who typically has dry to balanced skin, so not a fan. And then this right here on the end was just an itty bitty teeny weeny deluxe sample, not even deluxe, just an itty bitty teeny weeny sample of the MAC Fix Plus, which is one of my very favorite makeup fixing sprays of all time. Love it so much. So yes, 7 are completely done and out of my collection. I finished off 3 brow products. This is from IT Cosmetics. This is the Brow Power. That took me the majority of the year. That took me like 8 months to get finished off. So that was really a good accomplishment. In kind of stark contrast, the Cella eyebrow pencil took me like 3-4 weeks. So definitely get a ton more bang for your buck with the IT Cosmetics Brow Power. However, with this one being more of a teardrop shape or wedge, I guess, I did not enjoy this as much. I really prefer more of a micro precision pencil, which the Cella did offer. However, it wasn't really the right shade, and I blew through it so quickly. Also, I finished up this tiny sample of the Benefit Goof Proof. Again, that is more of a wedge style teardrop shape for the pencil and not my preference, so it was also not the right color. I'm glad to have it used up as well. So technically, I finished off 2 eyeshadow pans this year. However, one of them is in a palette that I decluttered. If I can find a picture of it, I'll pop it up. If not, you'll just have to trust me on it. But then I also finished off this right here. This is a Depotted Wet n Wild eyeshadow. This was just a matte cream that I got all finished up. I finished off 3 eyeshadow primers this year. I finished off 1 full size in the CoverGirl Lid Lockup. This one is nice. I like it just fine. I don't think it's one that I'll repurchase because it's not a favorite, but it did definitely create a sticky base for my eyeshadows. So I really enjoyed using that to create like faux cut creases and things like that when it comes to just the shimmer. I did enjoy it for that. And then I also used up 3 minis. So this one here from the Ulta House brand, this is the matte eye primer in nude. I liked so much more than I was expecting to. I actually really loved this one a lot. And then I finished off 2 of the kind of minis of the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which you guys know I absolutely love. I actually prefer this squeezy tube style more than the full size, which has the doe foot. But I'm really happy with as many eyeshadow primers as I was able to use up, as even though the mini ones are small, they still take a lot of time and dedication to get used up, so this feels pretty good. I used up 3 liquid eyeliners, which I'm pretty excited about. So when it comes to eyeliners, especially these liquid eyeliners, I just use them until I literally can't anymore. So these have actually been open for a long time. For example, my Benefit roller liner, sorry. This has been open for years and kept performing beautifully, did not dry out, gave me a nice precise line, gave me good pigmentation. I really loved this a lot, and it's one that I would absolutely consider repurchasing. Whereas the Charlotte Tilbury Feline Flick, this did not last more than 8 months, maybe, probably less, and it just, I don't know, it dried out much more quickly. It didn't give me as precise and pigmented of a line as I'm typically looking for. So this I would definitely not spend the money on again, but the roller liner I did quite like. This is just a mini of the KVD tattoo liner. Clearly I've had this for a long time because it sells the original branding on it. When Kat Von D came out as being just the despicable human being that she is, I stopped using all of her products. I did not buy any more, but I do need to work through the items that I have, and now that they've rebranded into KVD and she is no longer profiting from the brand, I'm starting to warm up to it a little bit more. But this one, I'd had it for a very long time, so it really didn't last me very long, which is not at all surprising. But all in all, this is a cult favorite and a good eyeliner. However, I still think I would buy the roller liner over the other 2. And of course, my biggest category is mascara. Mascara for me, I don't adhere to any of the kind of rules when it comes to mascara. I just keep using them until they stop performing properly for me. Either they get super flaky or I don't get enough payoff or something like that. So some of these have been open for much longer than others. I did finish off the Voluminous Mascara Primer. I love this. This is probably my very favorite mascara primer of all times. I absolutely love it so much. I finished off this one from e.l.f. This is their mineral infused mascara, and it was fine. I would use it if it came into my life again, but it's not something that I would go seeking out. I wouldn't pick up the Fenty Beauty one again. I really loved the sample that I had, which is why I purchased the full size, and then the full size just left me wanting. So it was fine, but it's not something that I would purchase again. The Major Pleasure by Nabla, on the other hand, I adored. I loved that mascara so much, and I do have a backup. Thank you so much, Carolina. So I'm very happy to be able to break that out sometime soon, but this is a fantastic mascara and one that I really enjoyed. The Maybelline Sky High was fine. I purchased it because I wanted to do a video about the TikTok hyped makeup and whether or not I felt like it was worth it. And this is one that while I used it up, I didn't really miss it when it was gone, and it dried out much faster than I think any of the other ones here did. Like this one, I got maybe 2 months out of it, 3 at the very most, which for many people is fine because a lot of people do like the eye safe thing and change out their mascaras quite often. But for me, probably not something I'd pick up again. The NARS Climax Mascara, I don't enjoy. I've spoken about that in the past. I don't enjoy it. I did actually surprisingly really enjoy the Tarte Lifted Mascara. I thought it was beautiful. It made my lashes look really nice. It's actually a dark brown versus a black, which I don't think I've ever used any mascara that isn't black. So I surprisingly enjoyed that one a lot. Tarte Lights Camera Lashes was my holy grail for so many years, and it's still a good mascara, but I have ones that I like more, so it's not one that I would purchase. This one here from MAC, this is the 3D Extreme Dimension Black Lash. I think I got that in the right order. I flip-flopped on that so many times, and I think I want to try it in a larger size. And then finally we have Urban Decay Perversion. I flew through that. That's a tiny little container, but I mean, that's a nice one if you don't want your mascara to do much. I don't find that it does a ton for me. It will darken my lashes, but that's really about it. So very happy with the amount of mascaras that I went through this year. And finally we get to lip products. I just grouped them all together because as you can see, lip balms are the easiest thing for me to go through. So I did finish off this one from Juvia's Place. This was in the shade or scent or flavor caramel. I didn't enjoy this very much, and it's one that I would definitely not repurchase. I did finish off a Nivea Moisture Lip Care. I really enjoy these quite a bit. I have a couple more that I have in my collection. I absolutely love this one from It Cosmetics. It's their Je ne sais quoi, one that I would 100% repurchase. In fact, I gifted one to my mother because I love it so much and I felt like she would really like it too. So such a great product. Kept my lips nice and hydrated. It is one of those color adapting products that is supposed to change the lip color based on your chemistry. I didn't find on me it was obnoxious. Sometimes you use those types of products and they turn a very vivid pink. I did not find that to be the case with me, so I did really enjoy this a lot. I finished off, well, I and my husband finished off the Burt's Bees Soothing Lip Balm. I don't really prefer the medicated versions, which is what this one is. It's got that kind of mentholated sort of feel to it. So I finished off about half and then gave the rest to him and he finished it. So I have a few other Burt's Bees in my collection to work through. They used to be one of my favorite lip balm brands, but these days I find that there are other things I prefer. I did finish off a mini of the Fresh Sugar Rosé Lip Balm. Again, one that I do very much enjoy. And a little bitty Givenchy lip balm. Again, this is one of those color adaptive products. I really enjoyed it. I felt like it gave my lips a lot of good moisture and hydration, but did not turn a ridiculous shade on me. So both of those are ones that I like. I think between the two, I would definitely go with the It Cosmetics. I think that I liked it more, and you get way more product for a better price. I did finish off a lip liner, you guys. I finished off a lip liner finally. This, again, is one that I've been working on for years and years. This is from Stila. This is their Stay All Day Lip Pencil in the shade Zinfandel. That is done and dusted. And I finished off a mini of the Buxom Gloss in the shade White Russian. So I definitely came to terms with the fact that I don't love plumping lip glosses, and getting through that entire lip gloss really drove that point home. So I really appreciate that I was able to finish off a lip gloss, but also that it allowed me to finally part ways with all of the other plumping lip glosses that I have in my collection. So very happy with my lip showing this year, although next year I would like to see more lip products here, whether they be lip glosses, lipsticks, or liquid lipsticks. I would like to really focus in on that part of my collection to try to get some movement there. All right, so there we have it, all of my makeup empties from 2021, and seeing them all laid out like that was so freaking satisfying. I feel very good about where we ended up this year. I used up a total of 52 makeup products, whether they be full size or minis, and that, especially for the size of collection I have, is such a great feeling. Now, I did total up the dollar value of everything that I used up. I used the same sort of system that I use in my monthly empties, where full-size products get the full-size product price, and then the minis, I just assign them a dollar value of $2, because some of them came from subscriptions, some of them were parts of kits, some of them were codes. I feel like $2 kind of washes everything in the end. So I used up a total of $455.48 in makeup, and I feel really good about that. I do. It's nowhere near what I spent in makeup, I don't feel like, but I feel like it's still really, really exciting. And I thought it was really interesting to, again, see the categories that I have no problem using through. Setting sprays, mascaras, lip balms. Those are definitely my solid go-to categories. However, what is lacking are things like blush, bronzer, highlighter, lip products. Definitely need to focus more heavily on those next year, because I would love to see things from those categories make it into my yearly empties. So I can't promise that that's going to happen, but it is something that I will have in the forefront of my mind to really try to see if I can't kind of hit some of those goals. So I am very happy that I did this year. I would love to say that next year I will use up more products and a higher dollar amount. I'm not sure. I have a good mix in my collection of high-end and drugstore, so it will take me the same amount of time to use up a $6 highlighter versus a $38 highlighter. So I'm not going to stress too much about the dollar amount, but more so on the number of products themselves. So I would like to say that both of those numbers go up, but you'll just have to join me on this journey. How did you do for the year? Are you someone who keeps track of all of their empties, whether you are nuts like me and actually save the packaging, or if you just write down everything as it's going out of your collection, which honestly makes a lot more sense than hanging onto your garbage for a year. But I would love to know, was this a good makeup use up year, or are you hoping to regain some ground in 2022? I'd love to know. As always, everything that I'm wearing will be linked in the description box below, and if you have not yet subscribed, I hope that you'll consider doing so. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and I will see you next time. Bye.